Sorcerer is an action drama thriller film about a group of outcasts from different backgrounds who live in Central America where they're assigned to transport two trucks filled with aged, poorly kept dynamite that is nitroglycerin. Before I get to this review, leave before more film content. I remember hearing about this movie a few years ago when it got its cult following from a bunch of film lovers when it had the Criterion Collection treatment. It was considered to be very underrated that nobody's ever heard of despite being made by the same guy who has directed The Exorcist. And with me watching The Wages of Fear in order to get prepared for Sorcerer, I would say that this is actually better than Wages of Fear. The movie started very different from Wages of Fear in terms of getting to know about these two main guys from different backgrounds. It got their own story going on that can either be really serious, that gets a little interesting where it's going, or it can be downright funny on the other way. It was certainly a way for us to get to know about these characters, and I do think they are very interesting characters. The movie dives into the desperation approach way more than the other one that you really see it from their expressions alone, which I do think the acting does a good job. When we do get into the main story that is similar to Wages of Fear, it really is different from how that is interpreted. That is very exciting. There are a lot more set pieces than Wages of Fear, and those set pieces here are some of the best parts of the movie. Especially with the bridge scene right here, that's honestly one of the best set pieces I've ever seen. The way that this bridge scene is presented is so meticulously done with no sound other than just background noises of the wind, the rain, and of course the bridge not being all that sturdy, which allows for so many tense moments that you would think it doesn't get progressively tense, but it does. I was really engaged at where it was going, especially the ending, which is completely different from Wages of Fear. Whereas with Wages of Fear that I don't think I was particularly fond of, this one improves it. They both share similar feelings of what this movie is trying to do by the end of it in completely different ways, and I think this is executed in a more effective way that's more my style. The score was very great, the story was very interesting, and the direction is just downright fantastic. Sorcerer is up there as one of my favorite films that just got everything right in this movie in terms of the story, the characters, the direction, the writing, everything about this movie in terms of the filmmaking craftsmanship that is really put together so flawlessly done. I give this film a 10 out of 10. If you like this review, leave a like, favorite, and follow more film review content.